It's about the Unit 5, Information and Decision Making. So, after learning this subject of this chapter, the main objective is that understand how to manage information and make effective decision in real time. A student can also learn and understand the decision making process and decision making models, and a student can learn develop developing skill to assess the quality and relevance of information, including identifying and evaluating source of information. So these are the main objectives of this chapter, Unit 5, Information and Decision Making. Once again, I am discuss here actually what is actually information. The process data is known as information, and decision making means a manager, a top level people, or any employee in an organization make the decision on the basis of the information. So we discuss about the introduction part. The process of gathering, managing, and analyzing data to inform decision-making process are referred to as information and decision-making. So there are two words, information and decision-making. The information means actually we have to collect some data, relevant data we store in our computer. That means the process of gathering. And after collecting the data, we can input into a computer system and store permanently, and we have to arrange this data in a systematic manner. During analysis, we retrieve our data and generate information. On the basis of this information, a people can take, or any person in an organization can take decision. So, information and decision making are the main important concept in an organization. So information decision making involves using data to make informed choice, solve problems, and achieve objectives, require identifying the problems, collecting and analyzing data, evaluating solution, and making decision based on the available information. So what happened actually, on the basis of the data we store in our computer, we retrieve as and when it is required for analysis purpose, and the main objective is that during the different types of decisions we need analysis of the data, and sometimes we can find number of alternative solutions, and on the basis of the risk analysis we can choose the best one to implement in the organization. Our main motto or main objective of the organization is to run the organization smoothly for a long period of time with minimum cost. Then data is crucial for informed and effective decision making, providing a foundation of facts and insights to reduce uncertainty, identify opportunities, and mitigate risk, leading to better outcomes and improve strategic planning. So data is the important asset for every organization. So that's why we can keep our data in a secret manner, so that it can help in the future during analysis and also reduce the risk. And we can also find the number of opportunities, how to solve different problems, and improve or increase the efficiencies of the strategic planning. As we know that in an organization there are three categories of peoples. One is the ground level peoples, middle level peoples, and the top level peoples. The ground level peoples always working with the day-to-day basis data. On the basis of day-to-day basis data, they can take the decision that is known as the operational decision. Similarly, the middle level peoples need some data for their decision making process, and that decision is known as your tactical decision. And the top level people always go for the strategic planning. So for the strategic decision, they need some information, and that information is generated by the computer system. Then here are more details explained of the significance of the data in decision making. The first one is the reduced uncertainty and improved accuracy. Reduce uncertainty and improve accuracy. That means data-driven decision-making replace guesswork and intuition with evidence-based reasoning, leading to more accurate and reliable outcome. And the second point is by analyzing historical data, business can understand potential risk, threats, and the likelihood of their occurrence, allowing for the protective measures. Data provides a solid foundation for making decisions, reducing uncertainty, and increasing confidence in the chosen course of action. That means in the decision making process, always you try to reduce the uncertainty and improve the accuracy. So, whenever we go for decision making, accurate decision we can take so that there is no risk. And the second point is your identification of opportunities and risk. So we can discuss data analysis can reveal hidden patterns and trends, enabling businesses to identify emerging opportunities and potential risk before they become critical. For example, analyzing customer data can help identify unmet needs or preference leading to the development of new products or services. Let us consider one example here. Suppose you had to collect some customers' preference from a store. On the basis of this data, we can go for development of a new product or services. Similarly, analyzing market data can reveal shift in consumer behavior or competitor activity, allowing businesses to adapt their strategic accordingly. So, to minimize the risk and identification of the risk, we go for identification of opportunity and risk. That means we need some data, analyze that data, and after studying this data, we can predict something. How to achieve the goal by strategic planning. The third point is enhance strategic planning and goal setting. So how to enhance the strategic planning? Data-driven insights can inform strategic planning by providing a clear understanding of current performance, strength and weakness. If we know our strength, if we know our weakness, definitely on the decision-making process during strategic planning, we better understand what is our current performance. Then we can enhance the strategic planning and we put a goal setting. How to achieve our goal? By analyzing key performance indicators, businesses can track progress towards their goals and make necessary adjustments along the way. Similarly, data can also be used to identify areas for improvement and innovation, leading to more effective and efficient operations. Then, increased operational efficiency and cost optimization. Data analysis can help identify inefficiencies in business processes and operations, allowing for optimization and cost reduction. Let us consider one example. Analyzing supply chain management or supply chain data can help identifying bottlenecks and optimize inventory management, leading to reduced cost and improved efficiency. So in a supply chain management system, if we keep our data, day-to-day basis data in that system, it helps us to optimize the inventory management, how to manage our stock and how to reduce the cost. For example, if you produce more product and in our inventory shortage, shortfall in the area, then where we keep our finished product? So that's why now to optimize the inventory management, leading to reduced cost and improved efficiency, we go for the operational efficiency and cost optimization process. Data can also be used to predict demand and optimize the resource allocation and improve overall operational performance. So as per the demand, we go for our resource allocation and also we improve overall operational performance. That is the meaning of this increase operational efficiency and cost optimization. Then the next concept is the role of technology in information and decision making. So technology plays an important role in the decision making process. Information is also plays an important role in decision making process. So technology is critical in information and decision making because it allows individuals and organizations to collect, process, and analyze large amount of data more efficiently and effectively than ever before. So yeah, in the earlier days, we are keep our records by pen and paper. That's why now it is too difficult for decision making process for a large amount of data. It takes so many times. So if you store our data in a computerized system, then it helps us for the decision making process efficiently and effectively. Technology has transformed the way we access and use information, allowing us to make more informed and timely decision. So for timely decision, no, we need the technology. So technology plays an important role. Some of the ways technology has influenced information and decision making are as follows. So there are so many steps. First one is your data collection. Data collection means you have to collect data from different sources. It may be primary sources, it may be secondary sources. So technological advancements have made it easier to collect and store data from a wide range of sources, including social media, sensors, and other digital platforms. As a result, massive amount of data are now available to inform decision-making process. So what happens actually? We collect the data from primary sources or secondary sources. What is the meaning of primary sources? Means we have to visit the organization, we meet the people directly through interview, through questionnaire, we can collect data, relevant data as per our need. And the secondary data means we collect through online platform. That is sometimes we also collect data from social media, from sensors, and different digital platforms are there. As a result of that, large amount of data are now available to inform decision-making processes. So that is the data collection. Then data processing. After collection, the technology have enabled large amount of data to be processed and analyzed quickly and efficiently. Advanced algorithm and analytics tools can detect patterns and trends in data, assisting decision makers in better comprehending complex situations. Let us consider one example here. If we collect data, it is our job we have to process. First we store, then we process, or we process first, then we store, because it is required. So many algorithms or analytical tools are available. With the help of that tools, we can generate patterns. That means we study about patterns, trends. So that is another trends in data, assisting decision makers in better comprehending complex situations. Data visualization. Data visualization means technology has enabled complex data to be presented in more accessible and user-friendly ways. Data visualization tools can assist decision makers in quickly interpreting and comprehending data, making it easier to identify trends and patterns. Sometimes we need the data which is easier to identify trends and patterns. Then collaboration. So what is the meaning of collaboration? Advanced technologies have made it easier for individuals and groups to work together on data analysis and decision-making process. People can share and access data in real time, regardless of their location, thanks to cloud-based platform and tools. Sometimes collaboration here means we go for decision-making process in that at that time in that decision-making process we always work with the real-time system and without depending upon the locations. So on the basis of that data, we can take decision. That is not the collaboration with different organizations. Then challenges. The major challenges in decision making in the present scenario of information age. So the challenges are information overload, misinformation and bias, complexity, and cybersecurity. So these are the major challenges in the decision making in the information age, and challenges and opportunities. So what is your information overload? With so much available information, it can be difficult to separate the relevant information from the noise. Then this is one challenges. Misinformation and bias. The availability of information does not guarantee its accuracy, and the decision maker must be wary of misinformation and bias. Sometimes it happens. We are not collect real data, accurate data, and we have to process it. And we generate the reports, and the reports does not give the guarantee of its accuracy because decision makers must be worried about the biasness. Then complexity. In the information age, the interconnectedness of data and information can lead to complexity and difficulty in making decisions. Then cybersecurity. As per people reliance on technology and the internet has grown, then cybersecurity threats have become more common and decision makers must consider the security of their data. So cybersecurity is the important component of decision making process because whenever you go for cybersecurity, there must be some threats, and that threats must be reduced by the mechanism of security mechanism. Then what are the opportunities? Big data, artificial intelligence, real-time, collaboration and innovation. So these are the 5 points for the opportunities. What is the big data? So big data means the availability of big data allows decision makers to make more informed decisions. Artificial intelligence and machine learning. Artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms are being developed to assist decision makers in analyzing large amount of data and making more accurate prediction. So that is the AI and machine learning. That means we can use the real-time data for the decision-making process. Then real-time analytics. Real-time data analytic tools can be provide timely and accurate information to decision maker. And collaboration. Decision makers can collaborate across time zones and location thanks to the internet and other communication technologies. Then innovation. What is the meaning of innovation here? to generate new product, new things, new idea. That means innovation. The information age allows businesses to create new products and services that leverage technology and data. Then the decision making process. The decision making process refers to the series of steps involved in selecting a course of action from among several alternatives, identifying a problem, gathering information, analyzing alternatives, and selecting the best solution are all part of process. The decision-making process begins with identifying a problem to or opportunities that require a decision. Then, gathering relevant information about the situation, evaluating the available alternatives, and choose the best solution. Once a decision is made, it must be implemented and its effectiveness must be assessed to determine whether the desired outcome was achieved or not. So here, decision-making process consists of several steps which are executed one by one and generate information, analyzing alternative solutions, and selecting the best one among the different solutions. And on the basis of this, we go for decision-making process. And there are six steps, and the steps are defining the problem and or opportunities, gathering and analyzing information, evaluating alternatives, selecting the best alternatives, implement the decision making process, and monitoring and evaluating the decision. So here we discuss about the different steps one by one. So the decision making process, how it is possible with the help of technology. Then what is actual technology? Is the integration of different components for data analytics. So defining the problem or opportunity, we discuss about, and this includes identifying the specific problem or opportunity, understanding the context, establishing goals and objectives, information gathering. So what is the first one? First point here, defining the problem or opportunities. Identifying specific problems or opportunities. And the second point is understanding the context. Third point is establishing goals and objectives. And the fourth point is your information gathering. So these are the main steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6. Then we discuss about the problem and an opportunity. Then the second point is second step is gathering and analyzing information. First, we defining the problem or opportunity, then we go for gathering and information analyzing. After identifying the problem, the next step is to gather information about it. There is a critical step in decision-making process because it provides the necessary information and insights to make informed and effectively decision, gathering relevant data, analyzing it to identify patterns, and understand and using that information to guide decision making are all part of the step. In most cases, several key components are involved in the process of gathering and analyzing problems. Then we discuss identify the source of information. What is the meaning of this source of information? The source of information means determine the information source and key stakeholders who must be consulted. These could entitle conducting survey, reviewing reports, and consulting with subject matter experts. Then gather of data. Gather are the requirement of data from identified source. This may include both qualitative and quantitative data, such as statistics or financial reports and customers' feedback. Then examine the data, analyze the data for trend, patterns, and insights. This could include use of data visualization software, statistical analysis software, or other physical methods are implemented. Then draw conclusion and make recommendation. So, draw conclusion about the information gathered based on the analysis used due to inform decision making process based on the information gathered and make recommended for the best course of action. So this is the second point, second step. Then we go for evaluating alternatives. The first step is your defining the problem and opportunity. If the problem is there, we have to find a solution. That solution definitely gives us the opportunity. And second step is your gathering and analyzing information. We can gather the data relevant to our analysis and store permanently for the future purpose. Then the third point is your evaluating alternatives. Evaluating alternatives. After gathering information, the next step is to evaluate various options or solutions of the problem. If a problem is there, definitely there must be so many solutions. So here, in the evaluating and alternatives, we can find a choose is better solution. The step entails weighting the advantages and disadvantages of each entitled and considering the possible outcome. Evaluating alternative is an important step in the decision-making process, and that involves assessing, comparing various operations to determine the best course of action. This step entitled weighting the advantages and disadvantages based on the criteria established earlier in the decision-making process. Several key components are typical involved in the process of potential alternatives. So, in this step 3, we discuss about how to establish criteria, determine alternatives, and consider the following alternatives. So, establishing criteria before evaluating alternatives, it is critical to define the criteria that will be used to evaluate each option, or cost, feasibility, impact on stakeholders, and an alignment with organizational goals may be among these criteria. So this is your step 3, evaluating the alternatives. Then step 4. The step 4 means select the best alternative, which gives more profit. So to understand that point, choosing the best option is an important step in the decision-making process. When making decision, we frequently face multiple options each with its own set of benefits and drawbacks. The goal is to find the solution must best needs our objectives and constant. Some of the steps in a decision making process to select the best alternatives. Then consider the alternative. Evaluate each alternative in high of the objective and criteria we have established. Consider the advantages and disadvantages of each option. Then consider the following outcomes. Evaluate the risk, analyze the trade-off, then consider the feasibility of each alternative, then make a choices. So these are the common factors for the evaluating alternatives and selecting the best alternatives. So consider the following outcome. Consider the potential outcome for each alternative, which are mostly likely outcomes of each option. Evaluating the risk. Risk is very important part, important concept, important component. So we have to identify the risk and try to minimize the risk. So analyze trade-off. Think about the trade-offs you might need to make between different options. One option, for example, may be expensive but take longer improvement, whereas other may be internal, expensive but faster. Consider the feasibility of each alternative. Consider the feasibility of each alternative. That means, can we realistically implement each option given your available resources, time, and other accommodation, and make a choice. That means you can select the good choice. Then implementing the decision. So implementing the decision is the fifth step. This step is useful for the effective implementing a decision. That is, assign responsibilities, communicate the decision, allocate resources, create an action plan. So these are the important concepts. So we discuss here. So assign responsibilities, clearly define who is responsible for carrying out each come of the decision, including the task and actions required to put decision into action. Then communicate the decision. Communicate the decision to all relevant internal, external parties and stakeholders who may be affected by the decision. This ensure that everyone understands the decision and their role in carrying it out. Then allocate resources. Ensure that the decision resource such as funds, personnel and material are available, etc. Create an action plan, create a detailed action plan, cutting the specific step headlines required to carry out the decision. So these plan should identify potential medlocks and offer solution to overcome them. Put the decision into action. Follow the action plan and complete the necessary task and actions to put the decision into action. Monitor and assess. The sixth step is monitoring and evaluating the decision. So this is the sixth step. The final step is decision-making process is to assess the decision outcomes. This step entails determining whether the decision is successful in resolving the problem. Because in the first step we have to identify the problem and we have to choose different solutions and we can select the best solution and we can go for implementing. So that resolving the problems and producing the desired results, monitoring and evaluating are critical components of decision making because they help to ensure that decisions are effective and efficient. So this is what you're monitoring and evaluating the decision. So these are the 6 steps. And these 6 steps are very important in the decision making process. If in any organization, if you identify a problem, first job is you have to find out different data related to that problem and analyze that data and generate informations. On the basis of information, we go for different alternative solutions. And for each and every alternative solution, we go for the risk analysis and select the best alternative. And that best alternative we can go for implementing. So that the last step is very important. Whether the decisions was successful resolving our problems and producing the desired outcomes or the result. Then information sources and system. So information sources and system means where we collect our data, and how we use that data in our system. As we know that information system is the integration of different components. And for that purpose, we have to collect data from different sources. That is to gather, process, store, and disseminate information are referred to as information sources and systems. Today's information sources and systems include traditional print media. Print media means the newspaper, magazines, books, journals, etc. Electronic media, television, mobile, and databases, search engines, the Google, and social media platforms, among others. Social media platforms means the Instagram, LinkedIn, and many other media, that is Facebook. So these are the main data generated sources where we collect the relevant data for our requirement. Information sources are classified as primary, secondary, and tertiary. First-hand information such as original research studies, interviews, or government documents is referred to as a primary source. Primary source means we have to go for an interview, meet the person, take with a questionnaire, we can collect the data. That is the meaning of this primary source. Secondary sources are data derived from primary source, such as books, articles, or reviews. And tertiary sources such as encyclopedia, handbooks, or databases aggregate and synthesize information from primary and secondary sources. So these are the main sources of information where we collect our information as per our need. And these are the internal data source and external information source. Internal data sources means websites, logs, company financial reports, sales reports and data, customer feedback and surveys, employee performance reviews, production report, inventory data, internal communication channels such as email, messaging platforms, intranet. So these are the internal data sources. And similarly, external information sources means market resource, report, industry news and trends, competitor analysis, economic data and indicators, government reports and regulations, customer reviews and feedback from external platform that is social media, review websites, expert opinions and analysis from consultants or industry leaders. So these are the two different data sources where we collect the data and we process and generate information for the decision making process. For example, sometimes if you want to suggest a message to publish to the public, whether the war that happened between the Russia and Ukraine is right in the present scenario. For that purpose, we use the social media. We go to the Twitter data from the online platform, collect that all the messages which are sent by different users, and we can analysis, and then on the basis of this analysis we can suggest a report whether it is good or wrong. So that is the main purpose of this external information as source and internal data sources. Then information system and databases. So database plays an important role in the information system. So a information system consists organization, information technology and management. What's the meaning of this organization? Organization means a group of people working together for a common objective. And information technology means the computer system. A integrated computer system means the input unit, output unit, the central processing unit are all integrated, which helps for the decision making process. That is the meaning of information. And technology here, our system must be connected to the internet for collecting the external information. And then management. Management means the peoples who are responsible for the decision making process. So these are the information system and a database. Every information is stored in a database. As we know, database store the data in a systematic manner by using different models. That may be tree model, network model, relational model, object-oriented model, or ER model. So, on the basis of that model, we can arrange our database, we can normalize our database, and store the in a systematic manner all the data which is required in the future. So this is the information system and database. To create a database, we need DBMS. So what is actually DBMS? DBMS is a software which helps to create a database, to manipulate a database, store the data for a long period of time. So that is not a software. And different operating system also we need to run our information system, means to run our computer. So this is known as your information system integrated with your database system. Then decision support system. These systems are computer-based tools that give decision makers access to data and analytical tools to help them make decisions, among other things. Decision support system can assist with data analysis, simulation, and optimization. The decision support system is an information system that assists individuals or groups in making critical decisions. These systems are intended to assist user in analyzing data, identifying pattern, and making more informed decisions based on the information available. In business and management context, DSS are frequently used to aid in decision-making process such as strategic planning, budgeting, and forecasting. They typically include software tools and databases that can be tailored to a specific user's or organization needs. So what is actually your DSS? As we know that there are different types of people working together in an organization. One system is TPS, transition processing system. Transition processing system means the ground level peoples store their data day to day basis. That is not a TPS. The outcome of TPS is helpful, is act as an input for the DSS. The middle level peoples always make the decision, strategic planning, budgeting, forecasting on the basis of data outcomes, output data, which is generated by the TPS. Decision support system components are knowledge database, software, user interface. What is actually knowledge base? A knowledge base is an essential component of a decision support system. Database that contains data from both internal and external sources. It is a library of information on specific subjects and the component of a DSS that store information used by the systems. Reasoning engine to determine a course of action. That is the meaning of knowledge base. Knowledge base means every information, it is a library, it is a repository system. It is a library where all the information is available on a specific subjects. And that knowledge base gives right information during decision making process to the users. In software system, model management systems make up software system. A model is a simulation of a real world system created to learn how it works and how it can be improved. Organizations use model to predict how different system adjustment will affect outcomes. Then user interface. The user interface makes it simple to navigate the system. The primary goal of the user interface of the decision support system is to make it simple for the user to manipulate the data stored on it. The interface can be used by businesses to assess the effectiveness of DSS transactions for the end users. Simple windows, complex menu-driven interface, and command line interface are all examples of DSS interface. User interface means how a user can interact with a system. And it must be designed in such a way that a user can easily interact with the system to generate the reports, to generate the patterns. So that is known as the user interface. Then DSS, we know about it. Then we discuss about the expert system. What is actually an expert system? Nowadays, it is a major role, plays a major role in an organization. Expert system actually meaning a skilled people, a skilled person develop a system with the more knowledge and experience on a particular subject, and we are the user use that model for the decision making process. Expert systems are used in a variety of fields, including medicine, finance, engineering, and other, where decisions must be made based on complex data and a through understanding of the subject matter. An expert system decision making process typically includes the following steps. So, as we know that expert system plays an important role in an organization for decision making process on the basis of the knowledge database. So, the main components are knowledge acquisition, acquisition of knowledge and rules. The expert system is programmed with knowledge and rules obtained from one or more domain experts. That is the acquisition that is stored in a particular place. Inference engine takes the query from the user, process it with the help of knowledge acquisition. That is, the inference engine is at the heart of the expert system. It makes decision based on the data provided by applying knowledge and rules. So many rules are there which are interpreted by the inference engine. Then user interface, the expert system's user interface allows the user to interact with it and provide the input data. So a user can interact directly with the expert system to generate their reports on the basis of the knowledge system. Then explanation facility, the explanation features provides the user with an explanation of the reasoning behind the expert system decision. I am explaining with a good example what is actually expert system. We are every day we are playing games with the computer system. Let us consider a chess game. We are playing with the computer system. How it is developed? The chess game is developed by a human expert, and the human expert put every rules and regulation of the chess. Whenever you're playing with the computer system, the chess game, after placing any item on the board by the user, immediately the computer takes the action to place in the item in a new place under different situations. So many rules are there. So that is the meaning of the expert system. Similarly, in every organization, a highly skilled people develop one model, and that model is useful for our decision making process. That is not the expert system. Decision making tools and softwares. Decision making software and decision making tools are specialized programs or applications designed to assist individuals or organizations in making better decisions. These tools and software come in a variety of forms, ranging from spreadsheet and statistical analysis software to industry specific application. Decision making tools and software examples. In an organization, all the peoples is competent and work with the Microsoft Office. In Microsoft Office, Microsoft Excel is there, and we store all the data in row and columnized manner. That is called as a spreadsheet, and that is also used for data analysis. And that is not the Excel provides the facilities for analysis by statistical measures and generate graphs, charts, which helps for the decision-making models. There are so many charts: pie chart, bar chart, line chart, scatter chart. As per our need, we go for the charting. We develop a chart and represent our idea, our thought. What is the output during this data analysis? Similarly, nowadays, Tableau is used. Users can use this data visualization software to create interactive dashboards and charts to analyze data and gain insights into complex business problems. Then, IBM SPSS statistics. Researchers and data scientists use this statistical analysis software to analyze data and make prediction using a variety of statistical techniques. Similarly, other softwares such as Groby, FICO decision management suites, we are used for data analysis in the decision making process. FICO decision management suite, this software suite is intended to assist businesses in automating and optimizing decision making process throughout the organization, utilizing data analytics to make informed decisions. Now nowadays, many organizations are used SAF business objects. This is also a software, and this software is also helpful for decision making process. That is, the business intelligence software helps organizations make informed decisions by providing tools for data visualization, reporting, and analytics. As we know that there are different types of analytics: descriptive analytics, diagnostic analytics, predictive analytics, and prospective analytics. For the four types of analytics, we need a tool. Tool means a software tool through which whenever we input data and use some statistical measures, we get an output. And that output we can represent in the form of graphs, charts. And that is very user friendly to take decision. So in the today's class, we learn what is actually information system, what is actually DSS, what is actually knowledge system, what is export system, and how it works in the organization, and how we can implement this process in the organization day-to-day basis to improvise the decision-making process so that we can run our organization smoothly for a long period of time. Thank you.